whatever it takes. I know I can make it through. A Degrassi podcast with Kelsey and Holland too. I know I can make it through.
Hi, and welcome to Whatever It Takes, a podcast about Degrassi The Next Generation. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Holland. And today we have a special guest joining us for this episode, Ms. Kody Keplinger.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, welcome. And today we are going to be talking about Season 10, Episodes 33 and 34, When Love Takes Over. And Kelsey, will you please read us the YouTube summary?
Sure thing.
I hope this is as good as the last one, by the way.
They're all bananas. We recorded the episode after this one this morning with Sean. Shouts out Sean Quigley. Also, spoiler alert, we have so many guests in a row, you guys. But it's like truly bananas. Okay, reading. Adam enlists Fiona to be the female lead in something that Eli and Claire are putting together. Sure. It also seems that this could help Adam get his chance with Fiona. Anya is actively going after her crush, Dr. Chris, and he seems to be into her too. Unfortunately, Anya decides to leave one important detail out of her new relationship. Dave asks out a girl that he likes, but later finds out that she is taller than him. Will his friends make fun of him, or will he able to ignore them and continue on with his flame? Who wrote this?
Since when do we end on rhetorical questions of these?
You say questions like there's a question mark and it's not just periods across the board. Also, who says flame? Also, he able.
Oh my god. I mean, fine. Sure. The episode is called When Love Takes Over, which is a 2009 song by David Guetta, remember him, featuring Kelly Rowland.
I remember her because Destiny's Child.
Yes, I remember this song, and I definitely remember David Guetta. Very 2009 pull.
I extremely hate this song. It's bad.
Yeah, it's not great. And I guess it works because Adam and Fiona are in the throes of kind of a love-ish type thing. It's confusing.
This episode hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Which is why I picked it. I'm like, I love these people both so much and they break my heart.
Oh gosh, it's very sad. And I guess Anya is also like, this boy's taking over my life and I need to date this man who's so much older than me, and I also don't like this part.
Kody likes to pick the episodes to be on that are going to hurt her heart, basically. Across the board. She's here for JT. She's been here for everything sad.
Seriously.
They're always my favorite.
Just puts you in touch with your emotions. It's fine.
We need the drama.
Yeah.
It's true. And this episode is nothing if not drama.
Also, speaking of drama, we have the return of Degrassi drama shirts.
Yes.
But the episode starts with Sav wearing a weird, like, Cupid toga and wings.
That is not school uniform.
No. I watched this with Allegra, and she had been drinking some wine, and she just said, "Sexy brown Cupid over here," when the episode started.
Oh, my God.
Of course she did.
Shouts out Allegra, who is downstairs. Do we want to just do fashion right away, then?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have a ton.
I know the uniforms really stifle that, but I
That's-
know you wanted to talk about the uniforms.
Yeah, that's literally my first note is I hate these uniforms. I always, even though I've been listening to your podcast, I always forget this part happens on the show. So as soon as the episode opened, we see Eli in like a red shirt. And I'm like, that's a weird color choice for Eli because it's really bright. And then I suddenly go, oh, these are the uniforms. This is terrible.
Holly J's hair looks amazing.
Always.
It's always good. Adam puts on Declan's spare clothes when he's at Fiona's. Why does he put the tie on as well?
It was creepy.
That I was wondering about that. I was like, "This is it just so we could have a tie-tying moment?" Like, also Adam and Declan's clothes. I'm like, "Oh, Adam, you look so out of place, but also adorable."
But also, it's like
It's creepy.
It's a little like it's practical, but also like based on the Fiona. Declan
Oh God, I didn't even
It's a
think
little
about
bit
that.
gross.
Yeah.
Anya and her mom have the same side bangs, which I really like.
I liked Anya's, like, she was wearing a cute dress at the hospital. It was, like, kind of blue and purpley patterned that I thought was cute.
When Eli and Adam are like walking and talking, Eli is wearing a big red scarf and Adam is wearing like a half-buttoned cardigan, and I'm like, everyone looks crazy.
The half-buttoned cardigan was so weird.
Forgot about that.
I hated Anya's like white jacket. The lapels were just insane.
You mean her adult woman uniform?
Yes.
Also, she wears like a crazy necklace. It's like a nothing chain with just like an enormous black flower pendant.
That was on her date where she was wearing a really ugly dress. And also at one point she was wearing like a polka dot shirt with massive polka dots on it.
Speaking of date outfits, Dave wears a Lakers jersey to his first date, which
I mean,
is a choice.
That's the most normal thing I've ever heard for Dave.
Seriously.
I mean, she likes basketball. It's fine.
Yeah, it worked. It was a conversation starter.
I mean, it works for them. I liked Fiona's intervention outfit. I thought she looked great.
I liked Fiona. Fiona has a shirt, this is shocking to no one, that's like kind of off one shoulder at one point in the episode. And I'm like, I like this, but of course I did.
Yeah.
I always side with the weird shoulder things and the one sleeve things. Yep.
You know how I feel about a shoulder thing.
I know. Every time I'm like, Kelsey would hate my wardrobe.
I never do, though. Like, I've seen you many times. I never dislike your clothes. They're always good.
Well, that's because I really like clothes, but I love weird shoulder things. So yeah, it was just like like I don't remember what color it was, but it was just a basic shirt that like hung off one shoulder. It wasn't like a cutout. It was just like that too big neck thing that was really in style at that point that I still kind of love. And I was like, this looks good on her. She has nice shoulders.
My last note is that when they were like at the play practice or whatever, Adam has on a crazy pattern jacket that I was confused by. And I don't know if it was for the play or if it was just his jacket.
I think it was for the play. And then at the end of the episode, when they're in the dot, Claire is wearing like a velvet blazer. And I'm like, oh no, Eli's rubbing off.
I mean, yeah. It's amazing. I hated that blazer, but generally, I'm all about like the slightly goth velvet kind of thing, and I'm like, just pick a different item of clothing, Claire. It doesn't, not the blazer. There's other things you can get in like burnt velvet or whatever it is.
Exactly. It's not like a terrible texture. You just have to find the right thing to wear it.
That's all that I got fashion-wise, though.
That's all for me too.
Same.
So the episode starts with Sav wearing a Cupid outfit and announcing like it's Valentine's Day and it's Sweet Week. Is that what it's called? And there's flowergrams and
Sweetheart Week, I think.
And there's like a dinner or a meal or something. I don't know. It's Sweetheart Week.
They're like doing like a lunch in the cafeteria for all the couples, which feels
right.
weird and like not inclusive.
It's really not inclusive, but I think it's the school's weird way of being like, sorry, we've outlawed all PDA.
Right. And then Anya goes
You can't kiss in school or hold hands, but you can sit next to each other at a special dinner.
That's chaperoned. But then Anya goes up to the flower table where Holly J is and is like getting flowers for her mom because they're going to the hospital to find out like the results of her chemo or something. And Holly J's like, I'll give you the best friend special. Just take the flowers. I'm like, are they still friends though?
Apparently.
Yeah, I think they are. And honestly, I kind of like them as friends in this episode. Holly J is the friend we all need in our lives.
Yeah, Holly J is like best friend forever to everybody in this episode.
Now that she's not like an overly controlling, like jealous person, like now that she's grown up quite a bit, like I think she's actually quite a great friend, which is a long stretch from when she first arrived and was the worst friend.
God, I hated her when she was initially introduced.
And I told you she was gonna grow on you.
But then we're with Adam, who's sour about something. She's with Fiona, and he's like, thanks for telling me you were gonna miss my ravine party.
Well, first he's walking with Eli, and they're talking about the play, and he's like, we established that Adam is the lead in the play, and they don't have a female lead, because it's complicated.
We were told that Marisol has been the best so far, but it sounds like Eli vetoed that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I guess. And then Fiona comes up and Adam's like, oh, hi, thanks for missing my party. And she's like, my great aunt died, sorry. And I'm like, that is a lie. And then they decide that she's going to be the leading lady because, of course.
She says, but I get final wardrobe approval. And I'm like, of course you do.
Of course she does. She also makes sure to ask that there is no singing in the play, because we have seen her sing before. It's not great.
I appreciated her own self-awareness.
Yes. And then I think, is this when the theme song plays? I don't know. Allegra is still so mad about this theme song.
Because it's bad.
And she's like, Peter's not even here anymore. I don't want to hear, like, Jenny and the Fuckets or whatever their name is. I'm like, okay, it's Jenny and the Studs, but... So...
It's not even
Allegra
Jenny,
ranting.
it's Janie.
I know. And, okay, so then I think they're, like, watching Fiona try out for the play... And Eli's like, you like her, you love her.
Their bromance is so cute.
I love it.
It makes me so happy.
Their friendship is one of my favorites.
And this is when Eli and Claire are wearing Degrassi drama shirts. And I still want one of those shirts. I have one in our podcast art now, but I need it to be a reality.
That podcast art is amazing, by the way.
It's
so good.
And then Adam is like, I don't know, I like her, but maybe she won't be cool, like, with the trans thing, and he's getting all, like, nervous about things. But then I think he asks Fiona to, like, practice with him later, and she's like, well, I'd have to cancel my Reiki, but I'll go.
Of course she does Reiki.
I love Fiona so much.
And then we're in the hallway, and Dave is trying to get into his locker, but two people are making out on it, which I'm like, I thought that was against the rules, but okay. And then he sits down and starts talking to this freshman who's sitting on the floor, and they're, like, commiserating together. They're like, Sweet Week is stupid. Meh. We should stick together. And I'm like, how is this flirting working right now?
I actually wrote, this is weird flirting.
Yeah, I wrote, Dave and Sadie are flirting, and he is not the worst at it.
Yeah, and they're like, strength in numbers, like, we should go out later. And I'm like, okay, sure.
She appears to be charmed, so I guess, like, good for Dave. She's cute, whatever.
I think she's a little out of his league.
I definitely think she's out of his
Totally.
league.
And then we're at the hospital, and we find out that Fiona's mom's cancer is gone, which is very exciting.
Anya's mom's cancer.
Anya, what did I say?
Fiona.
Oh, sorry. And then...
Wait, can we talk about how Dr. Chris just holds up a scan and is like gives no information? Was like, look at the scan.
He's like, what do you see?
They're not doctors, Dr. Chris. Like, you're gonna have
what
to
would have
explain.
been horrible, but also slightly funny, is if Anya was like, I don't see anything. Does that mean it's gone? And he's like, no, actually, there's stuff here and here and here.
He's
Don't you see that?
He's just assuming that they know, which I feel like is kind of presumptuous.
Yeah. Presumptuous.
That's what I meant.
This is random, but I've been wanting to say this for a while. The casting of Anya's mom, I think, is really on point. Like, I totally buy them as being
Mother,
related.
daughter.
Yeah.
Totally.
And that might be because they gave them the same side part and side bangs. But, like, something about them, like, they kind of look alike. I kind of buy it.
Yeah. Their haircuts will go a long way.
It's true.
And her mom is so positive that it makes sense that Anya's just like, whatever, I can do anything.
I actually have a note later on that's like, Anya's optimism is borderline on delusional.
Yeah.
Like, she's just so upbeat about everything.
Yeah.
It is fully delusional. She has a line later that I will comment on that just will really showcase this.
But then she and Dr. Chris share a hug that's a little bit too long.
Yep, and she's like, I guess I'll never see you again. And she totally, like, snoops on his schedule as she's walking out the door, which I thought was pretty sneaky and fast and impressive.
Very Anya. Very Anya.
As they're leaving, her mom says, there'll be other cute doctors. And she goes, and Anya just goes, I hope so. And I'm like, that's adorable.
And then she's talking to Holly J, and she's like, I like a boy. And I'm like, he's not a boy, he is a man. And Holly J is, like, trying to talk. She's like, he's a doctor. He's much older than you. And Anya's like, he's just a first-year resident.
Which, like, he still had to go through college and med school and intern year.
But apparently he's only 25.
Which is, I feel like is not
I feel like that's too
correct.
young. I feel like you're still in med school
That's
at
still
25.
that's still like some Doogie Howser shit.
Yeah.
I was going to say, he may have just been one of those people who got out of school super early. I don't know.
Maybe he's a prodigy. Who knows? But then she's like, whatever, you're going to help me. I'm staging a stalker
I mean,
run-in.
it's possible. I think Lexi on Grey's Anatomy was 24 during her intern year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that comes up at some point when she's talking. She, like, moved really fast, so she was only, like, 24. She was a young one.
Maybe
And same
he's
with
like,
Maggie on
right.
Grey's.
Yeah.
Literally all of our only point of reference for how doctors work is Grey's Anatomy.